when it comes to getting the most amount of women that you really can in this game, that there's a lot of rules that you have to follow. There's a lot of rules that you have to follow, and one of those rules is if you don't make the move, someone else will. That's the problem that a lot of you guys have. That's the reason why she might not text you back after the date. That's the reason why she might ghost you after a few dates. And I just made this mistake recently. I'm still working on this. I literally just made this mistake like literally a week ago. That's why I'm talking about it in this video. You know, it's when a woman is attracted to you and she wants you to make the move, but you're too nervous to go all the way for whatever it is that you want. She can sense that energy, and it's off-putting. It's boring. She doesn't. A woman wants a man that's willing to do whatever he wants sexually with her, whenever he wants. That's what women find the most exciting, and they don't always want it to be planned. Sometimes they want it to be spontaneous. And that's just part of the game is you got to be able to cultivate that experience for your woman, and you can't be afraid of rejection, because if you're afraid of rejection, you might not make the move. And some other guy that's not afraid of rejection, she's going to go on a date with him, and then next thing you know, you see her post an Instagram story of her with another guy. You know, that's what just happened to me is this girl was hitting me up like every day. And I kept hanging out with her, but I was too scared to make the move, too scared to make the move. Next thing I know, I see her with another guy on her Instagram story, and they're having sex. So it's like, that's the problem is, and I've had it the other way around where I actually have made the move. I've had sex with a lot of women. I have a higher body count than most men on earth, which is why I made this channel, because I want to get better at dating. I'm just getting started. I'm nowhere near as good as I could get. I know that there's more to learn in this game. But I've had it the other way around where I have great sex with the woman and then she doesn't leave me alone. She won't leave me alone. So that's the thing is when you're willing to make the move, when you're with a woman, they find that sexy, they find that attractive. Confidence. It's all about confidence while being respectful. If she says no, you got to learn to take rejection like a man. If she says no, just brush it off, and if you want to, try again 10 minutes later. Unless she's like really adamant about saying no, then just don't go on a date with her again. If she's saying no in a cute, you got to understand what kind of no it is. If she's saying, a lot of women will say no even though they want you to make the move because they don't want to come across as a hoe. Because you know how society's standards are. Society doesn't like it when women express their sexuality. So a lot of times women will say no, but they want you to keep pushing. So you got to understand it's not about the word she says, but it's about how she says it. It's about the tone of voice that she says it in. There's so many different factors. And sometimes she's not saying no because of she doesn't want to do it. She's saying no because of your approach. Sometimes a woman doesn't want you to ask. She wants you to just take her. Sometimes that's what they want. And so you got to be able to read the room. You got to be able to read the energy. If a woman is texting your phone, inviting you over, she probably wants to have sex with you. See, that's the mistake I would make is women would invite me to their house and I'd literally be laying in their bed and I'd be too afraid to make a move because I'd think, oh, what if she rejects me? Look, even if you're in a woman's bed and you try to kiss her or something and she says no, that means try again in 10 minutes. That means try again in 20 minutes. That means I don't want to look like a hoe, so I'm going to say no the first time, but I secretly hope you try again. I know it sounds messed up, but why would she invite you over if she doesn't want you like that? And even if it doesn't go all the way to sex, because, again, if she says no, stop. Don't keep pushing. But what I'm saying is, again, you can try again in 10 or 20 minutes. And even if it doesn't get all the way to sex because she says no, at least if you try to initiate moves like you touch her, you kiss her, stuff like that, she's going to view you as more of a man and she's going to respect you more if you go for what you want. when you're craving a woman sexually but you don't make a move on her, they can sense that and it turns them off and they think it's creepy because they start to think like, oh, what's wrong with this guy? So what you think is making things better, like, oh, this girl invited me over, but I'm going to be respectful and not make a move unless she says to, that is what's making a woman maybe ghost you. A lot of times, and I've dealt with this because I have a higher body count than most guys my age, or I have a higher body count than most guys on Earth, period. So I have a lot of experience with this, guys. I'm not just making this stuff up. But what I'm trying to say is that it's always when I hook up with the woman and give her a great time that oftentimes they text back. Not always. Sometimes even if you do hook up with them and give them a great time, they'll still ghost you. But especially when the sex is good, that always gives me the highest text back rate. They're blowing up my phone. They're hitting me up every day to come over. They're saying, oh, I want you to come over again, touch me, hold me, love me. But it's those weird, awkward dates that I've had where the woman will come over, she'll want me to make the move, and I don't make the move. That is when the woman always starts to resent you. That the woman will get mad. She feels like she wasted her time. She starts to wonder, why am I even dealing with this guy? Is he gay? Does he even like me? Does he even desire me? And so you think you're just being respectful. You think you're just trying to play it safe. But in her mind, you're actually being disrespectful because she's thinking, man, I went out of my way to invite this guy over and he doesn't even want me like that? And so I've had to learn this the hard way, guys. This literally just happened to me a week ago. The love of my life, one of my biggest crushes, we've been off and on for years now. She invited me over. I was too nervous to make the move. And then I saw her with another guy on her Instagram a week later. It fucking hurt. It fucking hurt. That's why I'm making this video, guys. Because I want to try to share with you guys the lessons that I've went through and the pain that I've went through so you can learn from my failures and not repeat the same mistakes, okay? Straight up. Straight up. So yeah, we're just chilling. We're just lifting these dumbbells. We're just hitting this workout, making this YouTube video. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.